Ain't nobody coming to save you, but you already knew that. Sun came up before my back was straight. 40 acres of cotton and a body full of hate. Boss man shadow falling long across the gate, while I'm praying to a God who always makes me wait. Calloused hands on the King James spine. Can't read the words, but I memorized every line. Dirt in my teeth and dust behind my eyes. The gospel don't lie, but the preacher sometimes tries. Dirt road gospel bleeding at the seams. Lord, I'm holding on to faith and borrowed dreams. Ain't no steeple where I'm kneeling, just red clay. Dirt road gospel, trying not to break today. Sunday dress on Wednesday night. Said the spirit don't wait on convenient times. 3 kids hungry and the landlord at the door. She still tied the last $10 to the Lord. I used to call that blind, now I call it steal. Ain't nothing else down here that's even close to real. Swallowed all my pride like communion bread, carrying the living just to bury all my dead. Dirt road gospel bleeding at the seams. Lord, I'm holding on to faith and borrowed dreams. Ain't no steeple where I'm kneeling, just red clay. Dirt road gospel, trying not to break today. Some men find God in the cathedral. I found him in a broke down field at 4 a.m. Sweat in my eyes. Couldn't tell if it was rain or tears. Still don't know, still don't care. He showed up, that's enough. They say blessed are the meek, but the meek still bleed. Still choke on the dust of somebody else's greed. I don't pray for mercy no more, I pray for clarity. To see the chains and still choose dignity. Row by row, sun to moon, season to bone. This dirt road gospel is all I've ever known. It ain't pretty, ain't polished, ain't a mega church lie. Just a man and his maker underneath an empty sky. Keep walking. Just keep walking. Keep walking. Just keep walking. Hear the floorboards creak in the dead of night. You better pray before you turn the light. The shadow man is tracking down your shoes. Got a heavy debt that you're gonna lose. He don't knock twice, he don't ring the bell. Slides through the keyhole, got the smell of hell. You signed your name in ink that burned the page. Now he's collecting interest, collecting rage. Every clock stopped at 2:45. That's the hour that the devil comes free. You can't outrun the shadow man. He don't need roads, he don't need land. Wherever death lives, wherever guilt sleeps, he walks through walls and he never weeps. Shadow man, collecting souls on the devil's plan. Old Ray Dupree down on side Cypress Lane. Borrowed money from a name with no name. 6 months passed and he thought he was clear. Woke up with cold hands gripping his ear. They found him sitting straight up in his chair, eyes wide open, mouth full of air. No marks, no wounds, no signs of a fight, just a shadow burnt into the wall overnight. Every clock stopped at 2:45. That's the hour that the devil comes free. You can't outrun the shadow man. He don't need roads, he don't need land. Wherever death lives, wherever guilt sleeps, he walks through walls and he never weeps. Shadow man, collecting souls on the devil's plan. They say he was a man once long ago, made his own deal down in the bayou shadow. Now he's bound to walk till every debt is clear. The oldest creditor that God won't hear. You think your sin is pride here, think your shame is here. He was there the night you did what you did. He was there. Outrun the shadow man. He don't need roads, he don't need land. Wherever death lives, wherever guilt sleeps, he walks through walls and he never weeps. Shadow man, collecting souls on the devil's plan. They came on a Tuesday, wrong day to come. They rolled up in their black suits, government plates, I seen them coming. Waving papers at my grandfather's gaze. This dirt ain't on this dirt ain't yours to take. 3 generations bled into this acreage, that's not a mistake. Eminent domain is just a fancy word for theft. They got the law, I got everything that's left. Mama's buried under that oak on the eastern hill. You want this land, come take it. See if you will, see if you will. I filed the appeals, I sat in every court. They laughed. Watched the judge dismiss it like it was sport. My lawyer said settle, I said get off my porch. You don't negotiate with locusts, you carry a torch. They sent a second notice, then a third, then a crew with orange vests and survey stakes. That's when I knew no courtroom saving what a courtroom helped them steal. This ain't about the paperwork, this about what's real. Copperhead Road, they don't know what lives here. Buried in the root system, soaked in frontier fear. Come with your clipboard, come with your badge and seal.
We don't negotiate.
Find out what this hollow makes you feel. Copperhead wrote my grandmother's hand. Salted this earth so no stranger understands. You took the deed but you can't take the bone.
Go home, go home.
Sheriff came at dawn with the federal escort line. I was on the roof with Daddy's 3009. Not a threat, just a woman on her property standing tall. They wanted confrontation, I gave them protocol. See, I studied every statute, every loophole, every clause. I know where the system bleeds beneath its own damn laws. One surveyor pulled his camera, I said, son, you're being filmed too. Everything you do on Copperhead is evidence of what they do.
My great uncle died here. My cousin lost 2 fingers in that mill on the creek bend. My father broke his back on this Pacific ridge.
They put it in the papers, local woman resists. They won't print the history of every scar that exists. They won't print the names carved inside the barn door. They never print what the taking is actually for. Gas line running north, somebody's getting paid. Somebody in the Capitol made a quiet little trade. And I'm the footnote in the quarterly report. Not a footnote. Not a footnote.
40 mason jars wrapped in burlap in the bag. No plates on the front, just a crow painted black. Hollow road, no moon, just a tree line in my nerve. Every federal checkpoint sits 1 mile past this curve.
Daddy ran this route in 89, never got caught. Taught me every dip and bend this darkness ever bought. Left rear tire pulls, I compensate by feel. Ain't no GPS gonna save you,
just the road and the wheel. State trooper chasing somebody else's fool. I goes through the intersection, kill the engine on the hill, coast 200 yards in neutral. This is skill. Cargo ships ajar, crack, smell of corn mash fills the cab.
80 proof apology soaking through the bag.
Can't stop, can't explain. 40 jars to a badge in a light. This ain't a lifestyle.
This is keeping the family right.
Moonshine Run, black road, no name. Every mile a gamble, every checkpoint a game. They modernize the law, but the hollow state old.
Some things don't change.
Some contraband is just survival, so Moonshine
Run, grandmother's recipe. Copper coil, corn mash, wood smoke, legacy. You call it criminal, I call it what we ate.
Don't stop at the gate.
Roadblock ahead, 2 cruisers, floodlights, cones. I know a logging truck us through the Harlan's bones. Quarter mile back, no signage, overgrown and tight. Daddy showed me once at age 11, middle of the night. I yanked the wheel hard, left branches, slap the hood. Mud grabs both the rear tires, push through like I knew it would. Trail opens to a fire road, runs behind the ridge. Comes out past the checkpoint, north side of Creedmoor Bridge.
They never found that trail, never will.
30 miles out, 20 jars intact. $10 a jar to the family that's waiting.
They got children. Pull up behind the Pentecostal church, cut the lights.
Same signals.
It's my grandfather's nice. Back door opens, woman in an apron, no words, just hands. She takes the crate, she passes an envelope, she understands. No names used, no phones, no transaction trail. This community's been running on this system without fail since before the state decided what a man could brew and sell.
They can legislate the bottle, not the well.
Drive home, empty windows down, smell of mash and pine. Checkpoints gone by now, they moved on down the line. I'll sleep 4 hours, be back in the field by dawn. Another night the hollow fed its own and carried on.
They'll never understand what move inside these mountains after dark. Not the law, not the algorithm.
they never caught.